It's time for the AFC Championship, and the road to a Super Bowl goes through Kansas City. It's the reigning AFC champs and the Chiefs, and it's coming up next on Madden NFL 22.
Sports coverage of the NFL playoffs brings us to chilly, but of course sold out GEHA Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. Straight ahead, it's a clash to decide the AFC's representative in the Super Bowl. And it'll be a great one between the Baltimore Ravens and the Kansas City Chiefs. The winner here goes to the Super Bowl, and we'll know soon enough which team that'll be as we are underway in the AFC title game. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Now on the return here, we've got an injured player down there. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to Arrowhead. Mahomes now on first down. He'll get this into the hands of Braxton Berrios. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. A good safe pass there right off the bat.
That's almost a rhythm play. That's what we like to call it. Get them into rhythm early, something safe, something they're confident about, something they feel good. And once that's completed, then you just keep moving from there because the confidence elevates.
And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40.
When the offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
On first and 10, here's Mahomes. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that's caught inside the 30. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. It's a big play there for the Chiefs. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, first and 10. Now it's Mahomes again. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Snags it for the pick, and the Ravens are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Number 8, Lamar Jackson, trotting onto the field at quarterback, ready to lead this Ravens offense.
And we can talk all we want about football being a team game and leaning on different parts and aspects in order to get it done. And that's entirely true during the regular season. Some weeks it's the defense, the special teams, running the football. But in the playoffs, all the pressure reverts to the quarterback, and he has to play well and play at a really high level in order for his team to win.
And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Up at the 29 now, they'll head to the line, second and a yard. And to give this time to the tailback. He gets it forward for 4, maybe 5, but the flags fly. And this one could be coming back.
Man, they gotta let him play.
You need your wide receivers as blockers. Sometimes they get a hold.
Big runs are often a result of what they do on the perimeter. In this case, got caught holding, and this one will come back.
Out to his left. Now he'll throw deep left side. And got his man complete. And all the way down to the 36-yard line. It's a big play there for Baltimore. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for first and 10. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, second and 12. They go play action with Jackson. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Really been an ideal start for them. They get the turnover on the opening possession. Now here they are moving the ball straight down the field on their first drive.
And that feels good, but you know on their side of the field, all they're thinking is finish this drive off because they took it away, right? So now you got them back on their heels a little bit. Now go down, put a touchdown on them. Look out, you won the mental battle early in the game, and that may carry over for you.
Only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8. Here's Jackson to throw. Flushed out right. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Lamar Jackson, an 8-yard touchdown run. And the Ravens are on the board first here in this AFC Championship game. Well, that was all Lamar Jackson all the time on that drive, both through the air and in the end with the touchdown run.
Yeah, how about him doing things a little bit on the reverse side there, Brandon, because he softened him up throwing the football and opened up the running lanes. And when he gets a little bit of a sliver, he's gone. And that's exactly what he did there.
So the signal caller doing it himself there on the two-point try.
You got to like that. We always talk about the ball staying in the hands of the best players. But most of the time, you want to get it to a back, pitch it to a wide receiver. In this case, the quarterback did it himself.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Out comes Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs offense. And he had to be pleased at the start of the last drive. The offense was moving, but certainly not pleased at the end result, an interception.
And every team we ever talk to, at some point in the conversation, the coach, player, someone talks about, you know, we've got to finish. We've got to finish off drives, finish off the game. There's an example there of not finishing, doing everything right, but not getting the result that you need.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. I don't matter your experience level as a quarterback. You throw an interception on that first drive, maybe a little shake it up. Nice response there to get their first down.
I think you make an excellent point. I don't care who you are. You throw an interception, it's going to get to you a little bit. But the ones that we've seen that are the best, you never notice it. They don't come to the bench, throw their helmets, they don't do any of that. They just go back out the next drive and act like it never happened. And that's what we're seeing here. A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Meanwhile, Mahomes' throw complete there to Berrios. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right? Whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs. In this case, the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. One quarter down, 8-0 the score. From the 40 now on second down, Mahomes. And he'll complete this one to Berrios. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down. Mahomes going to throw. The tight end Kelsey has it over the middle. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7.
Normally on third down and short yardage, you're thinking to throw to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. And this time they let him roam down the field. And a nice dart picks up the first down and then some.
Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up second and goal.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
They'll try again here from the 7 on second and goal. One more time with Edwards-Helaire. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down. Looking to throw is Mahomes. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Fine work by the Baltimore defense to help bring up fourth down.
Harrison Butker on for the field goal.
Butker's kick here is good. And they get on the board, trailing now 8-3. So the margin shrinks there as they get the field goal to draw them a bit closer here in the second quarter.
Yeah, nice snap, nice hold. They just want to keep this game close, so give them credit for finishing that one off with 3.
And a nice return sets them up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Baltimore set to take over here for their second possession of the game. And they're hoping to redo their efforts of the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you score points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
2nd and 9. Off the play fake. Here's Jackson rolling to his right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. A big play there. 68 yards. And the Ravens are able to show off their quick strike ability. Jackson here is going to look to throw. Buying time to his left. And this is going to be caught. It's good. And that extends their lead by 2 more. So 2 successful two-point tries now for them.
And you know what it does? It gives you a boost, a huge one for your team because, hey, you're dominating them now. They can't stop you either scoring touchdowns or 2-point conversions. But how about the defense? You don't know what to do at this stage. You can't stop them in any direction.
KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They've got to be a little shell-shocked. Down double digits at home in the playoffs. Still, and the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Micah Parsons able to run him down for a loss of 12 that time. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. To throw, it's Mahomes. Under pressure, and they got to him again. It'll go as a loss of 3 on the sack, and it brings up 3rd down.
So, Brandon, we sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. Here's the Chiefs punter now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. And he's able to get it out quickly, and this is not a bad kick here. Taking a couple yards shy of midfield. A pretty good return, all things considered, but holding.
I agree with you totally. It's actually a return that they were going to be very proud of. But when you end up holding and bringing it back, now your offense has to start a little bit deeper in their own territory.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. Now a handoff as they run left side. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
If you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. Touchdown.
That's it, huh?
A great effort there.
Let's go.
With his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Ravens continue to pull the playoff surprise as they lead big here on the road. So simple math here in the first half. They've had 3 drives offensively, and they have scored every time, and they've got the lead.
Well, whenever we talk about adjustments, we usually talk about an offense making adjustments, right? This is all about the defense. They've got to figure out some way, somehow to slow them down. Do they blitz a little bit more? Do they play more zone coverage? Right now, they don't know where to go because they're hitting them in every direction.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. A fairly short kick from the 14. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And a first half that really has not been kind to them. A late opportunity here to maybe make some inroads on this deficit before half.
And this drive's going to go a long way towards telling us whether they actually have a chance to come all the way back in this game or not.
The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
First and 10.
On first down, Mahomes. Another pass into the reliable hands of Kelsey. And they're going to have this in a great spot way down in Baltimore territory. Now that's one they hate. The ball's got to come all the way back.
So that's an explosive play, a really explosive play that gets wiped out, and they have to start over after the penalty.
Here's Mahomes to throw. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number one. Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a second and very long. Flush to his right, and he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the first down marker. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half.
Where we go? Hey, check, Mike 21, Mike 21, check.
And Mahomes going to run again. And fights through one man. And they'll indeed stop him on third down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll at the 6-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they'll begin inside their own 10, so field position certainly not in their favor here. He'll let this go deep for Ruggs. He's got a man complete. And he does take it in for the touchdown, but a flag on the field, and I don't think this is going to stand.
Yeah, don't put the points on the board just yet.
Brutal, so take away the long touchdown.
It's a cruel game sometimes, partner.
Play action. It's Jackson. He'll buy some time right. He'll let this go deep for Ruggs. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 15. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. No reason to do anything foolish as they'll snap it one more time on first down.
Hey, check, Mike 21, Mike 21.
And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number one. So we are halfway home. Yeah, who has time for a halftime show with a trip to the Super Bowl on the line? Let's get back to it. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. One more half to decide who takes home the Lamar Hunt Trophy as we're back underway in this AFC Championship. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. And, you know, both of us gave these guys a real shot coming in here, but I don't think anyone saw this on the road with this lead in the playoffs. They've looked good a lot of times this year. This is probably as good as they've looked.
Well, it's been a textbook game for them because what you talk about as a visiting team, is putting the pressure on the home team. And what puts more pressure on the home team than to be behind the entire game? Because the home crowd's there really for a coronation. They expect to win. And when you're behind, it takes the crowd out of the game, and then the crowd gets a little bit uncomfortable, maybe a little bit frustrated with the home team, and that gives you an extra advantage. So they've done it perfectly. Big lead, put everything back on the home team, and they're capitalizing on it.
Right now, that crowd.
And that's well executed there on third down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
Yeah, boy, and it's tough to bring him down that time. He surges forward. He's going to get a full 6 out of that. Second down.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. So first and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And they'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. A 6-yard touchdown run. And the Ravens take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Well, Charles, fans around here, they were already talking Super Bowl. They've made plans. You just can't look past anybody in this league, especially this deep into the playoffs.
You would think that every year that message would sink in, and it feels like every year we see something like this, especially the way they're handling it. All right, you didn't expect this part to happen, but when you're playing this deep in the playoffs, every team's dangerous. I know we can sit up here and dance around it a little bit, but going for 2 in this situation, somebody doesn't like someone else. There's no doubt in my mind.
Well, what they couldn't see is you lean back in your chair and you went, that's not a good decision. They didn't get it, though.
Yeah, I don't think you just say, well, my kicker's hurt in this spot. No, okay.
So here's the Chiefs offense ready for their first reps in half number 2. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
Now it appears we've got an injured Raven down there on the field. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to KC. Mahomes looking to throw on 3rd and 2. And that's going to be caught by Peoples-Jones. And he will have the Chiefs first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
There's a nice pickup right there, and after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball.
Oh, the ball is out. Edwards-Helaire lost it, and it's picked up by the Ravens. And the return across midfield into the 46-yard line. Obviously, you got to hold on to the football, but I've got to give credit to the defense there. Good job of knocking it free.
Yeah, because a lot of the time we just blame the offensive players for not taking care of it. How about the effort of the defensive players knowing that guys are going to, and if they're good, anticipate the contact coming and try and cover up the football. And they still find ways to knock it free.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. 73 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times. Now a handoff here to his running back. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line.
All day, baby, let's go.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Prime time,
That is
baby.
into the end zone for a Baltimore
Nice
touchdown.
baby. Keep working.
A great play there. with now his second touchdown of this third quarter. And the Ravens continue to pour it on. John Harbaugh thought about it, and now his guys are going to go for the two-point conversion. Rolling to his left. And they are just not going to let up as he is into the end zone here for two more.
Personally, I'd rather see him kick the extra point there than to go for two, but it almost feels like there's a story within the story here. I mean, this isn't college. You know, size of victory, that matters in those games. Here, all you have to do is win by 1 point. That's all that you do.
Now a hit and a loose football. And it's picked up by the Ravens.
Oh, boy, you ain't got no feet.
And he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore.
Bam!
A big play there. Taking it in. And the Ravens get another third quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. That's got to be so disappointing for a defense. You force the fumble, think you got a chance at a turnover, and instead, not only do you give up the football, you also give up a touchdown as well.
Yeah, you just think to yourself, you've done all the hard work, right? You forced the fumble, but when they didn't come up with it, I think they relaxed a little bit, or maybe lost their focus as well, and it ended up turning out to be a touchdown against them.
And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. Taken at the 15, a short kick. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions. Some are worse than others. You have an empty possession, back the ball away, get yourself set to play defense. But when you turn it over, it changes momentum. And when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you. When you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
Throwing on first down is Mahomes. And he's got his big wide receiver complete. Not much there, only a yard. Now it's 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 44-yard line.
Mahomes to throw once more. Looking left side, and it's complete. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. A great effort there. 56 yards. And the Chiefs are finally into the end zone here in this fourth quarter. Extra point by Butker is on target as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. And as the numbers show, he really wasn't in the mix at the beginning, but they've got him in the rotation now, and it's proved a good move.
And that's what happens when you're a good player. There's a lot more attention drawn to you, and it's obvious that they had him in their game plan on defense, not letting him get off to a good start, but he's found a way so far here in the second half.
And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 116 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. And to give this time to the tailback. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Now he'll let it go deep right side. That's caught inside the 20. And they finally bring him down, but he reaches the 16. It's a big play there for Baltimore. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground.
Making it happen.
They'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. A great play there. Saving his best for the playoffs with his third touchdown of the game. And the Ravens are closing in on a Super Bowl berth now as they extend their fourth quarter lead. So the Ravens will keep the offense on the field as they're going to go for two. They'll look to throw. Steps away. And boy, talk about adding insult to injury. He's into the end zone to tack on two more.
I guess when you're hot, you're hot. I mean, I would just go ahead and take the extra point and move on, but apparently they've got something to prove. Almost feels like something was said this week, and they wanted to make sure that they laid it on them in this game.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And their dream of a Super Bowl berth so close 3 quarters ago, but obviously starting to slip away if it hasn't already. They need points here and in a hurry. Orlando Brown, the former Raven, the guilty party. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20.
Hey, check, Mike 21, Mike 21.
Throwing now is Mahomes. He's going to float this one deep right side. It's caught inside the 25. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. One thing that we know for sure, do not question the arm strength of Patrick Mahomes, one of the strongest around.
And I'm telling you, nothing will let up a crowd more than a play like that. Here in the stadium, all eyes were on the receiver streaking downfield, and you know everyone was thinking, throw it, he's open. What a connection there for the touchdown.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They are getting closer and closer to lifting that Lamar Hunt trophy. Not home just yet, but trying to polish things off here as they start 1st and 10. And now they're in the hurry up.
A 6-yard penalty. 2nd and 4.
Now they try the right side here. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 149 yards for him on the ground now and 3 touchdowns to go along with it.
I've got an idea. Let's skip racing to the airport at the end of this game. Let's go to the post-game press conference. I have a feeling that the quarterback of this winning team is going to be given a whole lot of credit to the running game and the offensive line.
Yeah, I was just going to say the offensive line, yes, carrying the ball has been key, but those guys up front, they've made a lot of space. They'll get 6 on the play, and it's going to take us to the 2-minute warning. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd down now as they look to salt this one away. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. And now here's a carry heading left. Trucks over him. And for the moment, this will be a 1st down. But we have a marker on the field. Let's see if this stands. So he was holding from that left tackle position.
Everyone tries to keep their hands inside when they're blocking ever since they liberalized the rules where you can extend them out. But sometimes they get out a little wide and they get detected grabbing some cloth.
Now on 3rd down, an extra DB out there for the Chiefs. Play action. Now Jackson sliding out of the pocket. Now he's going to throw deep right side. And this is caught. And finally out of bounds, just a few yards short of the goal line at the 3. It's a big play there for Baltimore. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. They'll try to run this one in, and they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
So it was the passing game that got him down here, but closer to the goal line, it's the running game that gets him home.
Certainly appears that they lulled the defense into thinking that the passing game was going to be it the entire drive. Nice change up there going to the running game to get him over the goal line.
They'll try and throw for it. Forced out to his left. And they are just not going to let up as he is into the end zone here for 2 more.
I think this is just going to be a function of the times we live in now. Very similar to the bat flip in baseball. Everyone's got to start to get comfortable with this. But to me, this is just rubbing it in. You got a big lead. Go ahead and take the extra point. One thing to keep in mind, though, karma's still out there. And sometimes has a way of catching up with you.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive.
And this AFC title bout has no doubt not gone according to plan, and these fans, they seem stunned as we move towards the
And he lost the football, and it's picked up by the Ravens. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
And now before the ball changes hands, I'm going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession.
Turnover.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Mahomes throw into the hands of Peoples-Jones.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Mahomes now on 1st down. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go.
2nd and 10.
Now here's Mahomes. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Mahomes now to throw. And now a fumble. The ball's out, and it's picked up by the Ravens. And now off to the races down the right side. And that should just about do it. They return it to the end zone, sealing it with a defensive touchdown. So a great play there by the defense. If these guys are going to advance, and it looks like they will, this defense a big reason why.
And they love carrying the mantle for this team, don't they? You see the way that they move around out there? They want to lead this team deeper into the playoffs and hopefully onto the Super Bowl.
And that return for a touchdown certainly helps that cause. Steps away to his left. And boy, talk about adding insult to injury. He's into the end zone to tack on 2 more. And boy, things switched on a dime here. The fumble recovery for the touchdown and also a 2-point try on top successful.
That feels like a momentum call. Pick it up on a fumble return, take it the other way for a touchdown. That's demoralizing for a team to have it happen against them. So the offense just says, you know something? Let's get into it. Pile on